do you do when you get bored? Well, you do nothing. That's why you are bored. But when all the other global superpowers get bored of fighting each other in proxy wars, they think it's time for space pursuits. And in an attempt to take the charge of the space race, Jeff Bezos and his company Blue Origin has announced their plans for a commercial space station. So do you want to know more about it? Stay tuned in the video. Welcome to Bezos Space. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to never miss an update on Amazon, Blue Origin, or anything related to the talented, influential tech icon and billionaire Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos, who owns Blue Origin, has disclosed a plan for launching a commercial space station in the second half of the decade. Known as Orbital Reef, the project will be almost as big as the International Space Station and will house up to 10 people. It is working on the Orbital Reef project in partnership with spaceflight company Sierra Space, a subsidiary of the Sierra Nevada Corporation. Now, those who don't know, Sierra Space's most well-known project is the Dream Chaser, a winged space plane designed to carry cargo and perhaps people one day to the International Space Station. Interesting, right? Now these two companies are joining hands to create a private space station, and the private space station is called Orbital Reef, which it will assemble in partnership with multiple space companies and is foreseen to deploy between 2025 and 2030. Blue Origin interprets the Orbital Reef station, which would be livable for up to 10 people, as a mixed-use business park in space, as well as capable of exotic hospitality for space tourists. The announcement appears as NASA searches for programs to replace the 20-year-old International Space Station. While funding for the station has been ensured until at least 2030, the outpost is in frantic need of repairs. Russian officials have lately said that its cosmonauts could leave the station by 2025 over fears of obsolete equipment that could provoke a major incident. According to Blue Origin executive Brent Sherwood, for over 60 years, NASA and other space agencies have developed orbital spaceflight and space habitation, setting us up for commercial business to take off in this decade. We will expand access, lower the cost, and provide all the services and amenities needed to normalize spaceflight. Orbital Reef is designed to have almost as much habitable volume as the ISS. As we mentioned earlier, the company's primary partner for the station is Sierra Space, an associate of aerospace contractor Sierra Nevada Corporation, with the crew also including Boeing, Redwire Space, and Genesis Engineering. Boeing will create Orbital Reef's science-focused module and drive the station's operations, as well as to conduct maintenance engineering. The aerospace giant also intends to utilize its Starliner capsule for shipping crew and cargo to the station. Genesis Engineering will provide its single-person spacecraft system, which the company describes as a substitute to a spacesuit. Sierra Space is providing its life habitat, large integrated flexible environment, essentially an inflatable space station module, and plans to utilize its Dream Chaser spacecraft to transport cargo and crew to and from the station. Redwire Space, which went public in September last year, and will operate the station's payload operations and build deployable structures. Seasoned space agencies, high-tech consortia, sovereign nations without space programs, media and travel companies, funded entrepreneurs and sponsored inventors, and future-minded investors all have a space on Orbital Reef, the company said in a statement. Blue Origin also wields a contract with a company called Axiom to formulate a space station that will initially dock with the ISS and later become free-flying. Blue Origin said it will come to be the premier mixed-use space station in low Earth orbit for research, commerce, and tourism. Redwire also plans to use Orbital Reef for microgravity research, development, and manufacturing. The 32,000-square-foot station will also constitute a space hotel, as well as giving the ideal spot for filmmaking in microgravity or carrying out cutting-edge research, Blue Origin said. We're just beginning to understand the tremendous implications that microgravity research, development, and manufacturing can mean, for not only for exploring the universe and making discoveries, but improving life on Earth, Redwire Executive Vice President Mike Gold told CNBC. The station will open the next chapter of human space exploration and development by facilitating the growth of a vibrant ecosystem and business model for the future. Now, NASA announced proposals earlier last year to award $400 million in private contracts to space companies to help the agency renovate the aging outpost. However, there is likely to be cold competition for the funding. NASA has already commenced funding the ambitions of one company under a distinct contract from the CLD program, having vested Axiom Space with $140 million. Axiom plans to build modules that will connect to the ISS. When the ISS retires, Axiom would then disconnect its modules and turn it into a free-flying space station. Although, as we said earlier, this is a space race and there are other nominees as well. A few months back, the private space station was announced by a separate team of companies. NanoRacks, Voyager Space, and Lockheed Martin are building a station called Starlab, which plans to be operational by 2027. Starlab is designed to be crewed by up to 4 astronauts, with about a third of the volume of the ISS. Nevertheless, Bezos had attained a successful space tourism flight along with pioneering female aviator Wally Funk and 2 others on board in July 2021. The race to commercialize space is also heating up, with big companies such as SpaceX and Richard Branson's Virgin Atlantic giving heavy competition to Blue Origin. Yet, Blue Origin plans to bid for one of NASA's required contracts for the commercial LEO Destinations program, but Bezos' company is not alone. NASA Director of Commercial Spaceflight Phil McAllister told CNBC a few months back that the program received roughly about a dozen proposals from a diversity of companies for contracts. With NASA planning to depart the ISS by the end of the decade, the CLD program exemplifies an undertaking to turn to private companies for new space stations, with the space agency anticipating to save more than $1 billion annually as a result. Bezos seeks to space colonies with artificial gravity, where people will work and live, saving Earth from pollution. We are in a second golden age of space exploration and development, Redwire's Gold said. Blue Origin has encountered mixed fortune so far last year. High-profile launches of its New Shepard rocket, which saw Mr. Bezos and Star Trek star William Shatner fired into space, which earned significant media attention. But on the other hand, the company has also confronted indictments of sexual harassment in the workplace and of turning an unseeing eye to serious safety concerns from former employees. A few months back, it missed out on a lucrative $2.9 billion NASA contract, which went to billionaire Elon Musk's SpaceX, one of Blue Origin's supreme foes in the commercial space race. While the company has had prosperity with its suborbital New Shepard rocket, having flown 2 successful crewed flights to date, Blue Origin has come under attention due to soaring employee turnover and allegations of safety issues, as well as toxic work culture by former employees. Believing all this behind, Bezos is moving forward with full speed. Bezos has personally improved his interest in Blue Origin after he stepped down as the CEO of Amazon last summer. Orbital Reef fits squarely at the center of Bezos' vision for Blue Origin, which is to get to where millions of people are living and working in space to profit Earth, especially by moving industries that stress Earth into space. Blue Origin has allied with other major space companies and will soon begin this program. We are all excited about this space station project, and we wish for the best to come for both Jeff Bezos and his company Blue Origin, and it may soon accomplish greater pinnacles in the future. But apart from our expectations and thoughts, what do you think about Jeff Bezos and his agenda of the commercial space station? How successful will it be, and how will it change the points table, which is already affected by big athletes such as SpaceX and Virgin Atlantic? Let us know in the comments below. And most importantly, if you want to be updated on every single topic related to Amazon, Blue Origin, and the billionaire tech icon Jeff Bezos, then you should consider subscribing to the channel and pressing the bell icon. See you in the next one. Until then, peace.